It has been 6 weeks since my first sighting of the wicked old hag. I woke up in the middle of the night and went to roll over, but my entire body was paralyzed. I lay there, scared and helpless, contemplating my predicament when I became aware of a presence in the room with me. A presence that I can only describe as pure evil. I caught sight of a withered old woman at the foot of the bed. Her tall, hunched frame draped in a long, dirty gown, and wisps of filthy white hair hung from a balding scalp. I channeled all my energy into a desperate attempt to move, but my efforts were in vain. It felt as though I was being pinned to the bed by an invisible force. I tried to scream out for help, but my words came out as jumbled whimpers. I could feel her claw-like hands on my legs and arms as she crawled her way up my rigid body. A crooked smile revealed rotten teeth, and her bloodshot eyes were callous and calculating as she stared directly at me. Suddenly, I bolted upright in bed. I could move again, and the room around me was empty. It was just a bad dream, I concluded. I took a few minutes to catch my breath and settled back to sleep. A couple of weeks later, I met an old friend for a drink, and a point in our conversation reminded me of my dream.
I had a scary case of sleep paralysis a couple weeks ago.
Really? Did you see the old hag?
An icy chill ran over my body. I hadn't told anyone about the dream, and there was no way she could have known what I'd seen.
How the heck did you know that?
I read about it some time ago. A syndrome known as the Old Hag syndrome, where sufferers of sleep paralysis are visited by a being, often in the form of an old hag.
You have got to be kidding me.
He convinced me to look it up, so when I returned home, I typed the keywords "old hag" and "sleep paralysis" into Google. It returned full pages of results, some of which told ancient folklore spanning different cultures, others told of personal experiences like my own. To some, the entity took the form of an old lady or a witch. To others, she looked more like a demon, but they all described the presence of overwhelming evil. Most chilling of all were the accounts in which the hag tortured and molested her victims as they lay paralyzed and helpless. I quickly turned off the computer and tried to put it out of my mind. An eerie mood lingered in the room, and I had a bad feeling that unless I got her out of my mind, she would sure pay me another visit. That night, I was awoken by a piercing cackle, and I lay paralyzed as that tall and stooped figure emerged at the foot of my bed. She crawled under the covers and up to my body before sitting on my chest and peering down at me. She ran her slimy tongue over her chapped lips and made slurping sounds. What transpired after that I cannot bring myself to talk about. I've spent subsequent days browsing forums for answers, for a way out. I am neither religious nor superstitious, and I don't believe anything considered supernatural, but scientific resources offer no rational explanation for what I've been experiencing, just speculation and skepticism. In some cultures it is believed to be a demonic curse, and the entity is brought to life through the power of suggestion. Most victims recall some kind of trigger that works its way into their subconscious, such as a painting or a friend sharing their personal experience. I've been telling myself, don't think of the old hag, but as we all know, the harder you try not to think of something, the more that thought persists. The vision grows more vivid and traumatizing the more I think of her. Some nights she violates me in unspeakable ways, and I wake with bruises, scratches, and bite marks all over my body. Other nights I hear her ragged breathing in my ear and find her lying next to me, grinning and gurgling. But I think I've learned a way to get rid of these visions once and for all. I must plant the thought into the mind of someone else and distract the old hag with a fresh victim. As selfish and cruel as I am to pass this curse on to someone else, I just can't bear it anymore. Dear listener, whoever you are, please forgive me. Hey guys, thanks for listening. As always, if you have any suggestions for things I should read or how I can improve my videos in general, please comment below. I got my new mic. How does it sound, guys? Also, thank you to my little sister and her friend for playing some of the voices in this story. If you guys like that, I may have them back again. Again, if you have any suggestions, please let me know, and remember to like and subscribe for more scary stories.